When I'm to account for my life to my Creator, nobody is to do that with me. I'll be alone. And I'll be there. Those of you who will come later, because I believe in life after death. In fact, we are even told that place is better than here. So I have no problem with dying. I'm always prepared anytime to die. But you will come after that, and you will come and meet me there. And have faith in God to see me through these dark days of Ghana and our young democracy. There was some song, it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart. When I needed you to satisfy my soul. You turn your back and said, today, Ghanaians are now more spectators than citizens. I think you have to wake up and become the citizens that he called us to be.
I'm telling you, the situation we are in now, Ghanaians don't need change. Change needs Ghanaians.
Repeat that, please. So, and Ghanaians don't need change.
Ghanaians don't need change.
Change needs
Change
Ghanaians.
needs us. It means that we've gone past change. The situation is worse. That the change itself now is saying that please come and let me change you. Yes.
All right, 1 hour with Munuvi so and so Madam Ase yasan ehia na debiano nsem foforo no eba. Nti ene ye ba be discuss Donald Trump American for enya gidie ewonimu amana we ne the presidency. Then ye kwa tata NPP for tata speaker use some choice of words which I believe say it's been like NPP 4% ka ye assassinate speaker na say if a kwan bi say you speaker if you na speaker so say o gidie o nyankopon mu nti no wa hu saa ne mane nyina but he stands strong. Now ya kodoso speaker of parliament and Asia press and then for that matter Ghanaians and Ghana for a can send bebre nti because akwaja abienchire bebre afi niema speaker ekan no. Now one thing I've learned from that what I want to share with you is say ntokwa onim se wuntime nkono and start it. Tokwa bi wa shase na utimi ho say ntokwa we dey asemadi kan Lucy that there's no need for you to even start it. That is something speaker ekachire Ghana for. Now we say for say the Abeka no I feel about on the 7th of December 2024 you kwakwato about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. You need to watch out for that ticket that seat ho NS or where agronifi. That is something we need to be discussing, and that is the reason why day in day out there be a menu besia na afide yashe agrona say sa enso na say oh obi a oti wenchi a pacho Alhaji Saidu Haruna. Vote for him once again. Send ya mo in 2020 ma Alhaji Timiko 2 professor no. That is the same thing we're going to do this year because John Mama Eko Zua Alhaji Saidu Haruna za. That is where we're going to start everything from. Until ye kwa kwashe asi efiho. Now abusa for surprisingly no US for are making history. Donald Trump eba about to US for si debi kotranche. Isan say ebimo de tro azane nada etu Donald Trump so eye ya kopim se papa ye unpopular. Ene eto aba editi Donald Trump akobo akire. Na US for na san tena se hwe no ese debi. Wo na ye hian. You are the only person I in US where you believe say ubetime aji states in esiho. Now key among the reasons why the people of United States voted once again for Donald Trump and then you be discussing side money na you be share side money na economy na te say na nra be kan no hwe wasetenam odon sache oboto maden eba. That is something you need to be checking. About to a year to we are seeing some of the day I can some can a wasetinum na bapa. In fact, these are some of the words Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kasa Kwame yeti as say ye da sitinum and a twaba. enti US for tenase hwe no yes nsema ye ka good na Trump so ena de ye kwota akide kwa hwe na hu se papa yi ena betimi aye adwuma nti US for se onsan mra no onsan meto adwuma pa to start again so now the key among is the economy enti mesro this year's election kwa akoto ba na hwe wasetenam na to abapa
open economy with market determination of prices. Exchange rate movements are the most important indicator of underlying macroeconomic fundamentals. As the saying goes, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. The lesson from history for governments is that you cannot manage the economy with propaganda.
That's true.
In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
That's true then, and it is true now. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the country say, economy ni nyina no. Say what Ghana ho and out wiase. Now person who say the fundamentals of your economy are weaker. The only measure is the exchange rate. And this man went on to say it is true then and it is true now. Just that Oshifte kakra say what the Turane azane na that amount for say wow because say exchange rate in here now it goes hand in hand with the economy no. That means what doing isa. Pacho it do about wa e was so chire Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say what doing no insa what doing no anyi. Senior United States of America for ene akotena simpie so ato aba hu say Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say mate any US for mate na de buy no omso ma measure hu say that be the former president no na ye papa Mr. Ghana o ma ye nsua ade US for ye essence say US for kwa develop that na hu say running mate no or incompetent na ye say for the ex president mra there how much more Ghana fi ye develop. Pacho, these are serious times. Obitina Ghana can't just say Donald Trump are winning Bawumia winning or because US for you see economy no end the toaba. In the economy, that was the fundamental key in this year's particular election in the United States. And no, and I cover Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and so will be appear US no because ultimately nada nipa and kasa the economy data amount for US for who said there be more the economy need data and a Trump administration was far better. These are things when you live in a society you need to be checking. Mina Raf, we have a there. And that's it. Every single day, Mina Raf Akume has been there with me. Oh my boy, Jumana boom, come pa. That is something we need to be doing. Eti child is always on point. Eti child is always on point. Minia, my idea. Eti child. Senya is see wo US no. Eti child says sa in ABC or Ghana. That is very simple. Very basic. US if one say there be a so as one sa nti ye contest ahwani mu eduru enom ho say there be Donald Trump de no emu edu na nado kan was Ghana sika asem no aye hata.
In the time of Mills and Mahama, 2 CDs, $1. Okay. I can't be chila me kofa Bawumia. Some be come home. Yeah, she say you sika asem no. No.
Yeah, be see toilets.
That me say you sika asem.
Nanade.
See na ya hata. I want him be any.
All right, in the US if was here where you see kasem no na see dollar no ya hata US. Omo sa ho de bi anim enom say hey madam for go and sit back. Pam omo sa mo ko tranchan. Na yem ko fa the experience one na obeboa na mera. That is what Ghana we going to do today. If I show you 1 month to election, 1 month no for boy me pa what da wa adwen yi bisa ho key question say about where you kwe usi kasem etisen. Pacho petrol otoni say under John Dominic Mama na 1 gallon of petrol 14 Ghana cedis and then another 1 gallon over 70 cedis compare these two. Pacho so you be a nika koyama dia bisa ho say under John Dramani Mahama na koyam nika na saying what the young konema kese John Mahama was making reference what the enti his excellency John Dramani Mahama and same be okay he and only the kwan okọ actually too much pacho enti his excellency John Dramani Mahama and then same be okay comparison bi ma oye under Baumia administration any or no administration
cement bottle back you turn to 24 cities. And almost say your whole chire. Samreno na a free Kwame Nkrumah breso. A copy Samreno na your car your day a 120 billion cedis. Almost say oh NDC your bobo siadodo. Na sika wo man mo ehu hia say e bebo bosia na dia sesi o man no. Omo kan ya Eye na ya sum de se we mu ama ene yedi ehu hwambo enti yen to ema NDC nkotna enchen kakra na MPP for some be embe som ni ehwe Ghana for yen fom so no somehwe a yekoso mo hwe no eno ena adane yen so hwe Someshe adani yen sohwe ene cement bottle back one near turn 24 cedis ye turn 110 cedis ezu ene petrola near turn 14 cedis almost o manpenyi Mahama ni timu ode no ene ye turn 75 cedis ene dollar abra NDC woho ope dollar back one ye je 4 cedis and sa dollar no ope dollar back one ye je 17 cedis na ankame ena me yes ankrofona ankame ni be wo amenya akukudrompo se me be saba be kache Ghana for se yento abama me enso sebe yeni anom de omuni fere bia mo asai o man na wie no almost yes anto abama omo
Your Excellency yes omuni fere o omo fere na nanado see the fruit of office eno na esamo monam se yensamo monto aso that is what President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo kache say Obi a obu maya amamu no nye so still o se yensa man international the reason why anipa na to so no the fruit of office I say adododie bi a ehwe video bi na ado de nsa benkum eje envelope na o sere ba no o kan his scanner so that is the fruit of office Your Excellency eno ene ye nkrofo we de eno ntina ye force wa pia Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o se university anema na university anema me
University ano ema me
ayo tachima magazine for this year na she wonsam na Ghana for ka kire say senior most time ye no sa na ye mire ye beso senior US for aye no eno abi na de be yew abaye de bo tachi no ye de no be bo ba enti na US for aye ne no ye udi Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on cross 36% of Ghana's this year's election on cross that when Mgwasia to the ruling government in US no wo de ne de kwa de ebe worse than that enti opa when it's a mirable Bawumia ma onko no na ntwe no fuso no na start nom because obe bodwuma bi Ghana fifiri be firu no ene asabi e do be sa Ghana ho no ebe nwanwa this year's December burunya ye ba be di Ghana na ye de Mahmoud Bawumia ne besa ye de be twisoruku ankasa ye de na ntwe no fuso nom edi gu ne so pon be jana kwan
Ono a use campaign
attention Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na kasa nim se campaign o ye na attention nti ene atone ne akaka o se agoro se funu wa to ne akaka agoro funu wa uko konto ko bina ntoko na otim se ntoko we da funu me a we say we ya duru ne o so ni panensa na o ka so re me na o ka that is the only thing I ne koso
33 different policies. Media Ghana. Why Obi anya 33 policies? Who anya 0? Who say ento abamao? They want you.
I quite confused. Also, the 33 policies. If you say 33 policies near there, when Timen Kawan. Obi also your mate. Enti ne maboni ekoso amanum no wo nka ho. Na mo also the 33 policies about. What about time be? When somebody is confused, obi ni ho a want to say doctor me o PhD holder. I am so confused say name kwala ni dini agoro. Nkwala.
Mumbastiano emami, mummemistiano. Na minchikano. Enko baby ayesi eko. Mummemistiano.
Awa mwedi yo. Na obi o era say agudi no. See an no. Doctor me on say never concert party man. But anyway, let's move on to a serious topic. And then speaker Bagbin is here Ghana for. Now speaker I can simbi. But let's listen to some of the things that speaker can every day. Is it the true reflections of what is happening in Ghana right now?
There was some song, it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart. When I needed you to satisfy my soul. You turn your back and said, two of you raised a question about the sinning of the president and the judiciary. Please go through the Constitution or the laws of Ghana. There is nowhere where the president can refuse to receive a bill passed by Parliament. In fact, the crafters of the Constitution are so careful that they even took away veto power from the president. So in Ghana, our president cannot veto a bill passed by Parliament. It's clear in the Constitution that the president will receive the bill passed by Parliament. If he has concerns, he will communicate to Parliament that I have concerns on this bill that you have passed within 7 days. Then he has 14 days to put across those concerns back to Parliament, and Parliament is called upon to reconsider the bill, taking his inputs into consideration. That is what is in the Constitution and the laws of Ghana. So if the president refuses to even receive the bill, what has he done to the Constitution? You understand? 2, in the Constitution, the president is permitted to refer the bill to the Council of State for advice. He didn't even do that. So the term I even used is very mild. In the case of the judiciary, a bill is a bill. It's not law. It's just a bill. This is a draft that is being discussed. The judiciary is going to do what? Be part of the law-making process. Tell us what to do in the bill. It's only when it's passed and assented to by the president, then it becomes law, that the judiciary can come in to interpret and enforce. There's nothing like that. And this is something that immediately, with supersonic speed, it should have been jettisoned, not entertained at all by the court. Now, what it means is that anytime any bill is before us, and we are working on it at this stage, anybody can just take it to the court. And that will mean that Parliament will have to stop and wait until the final determination of what? What are they to determine? Please. We are doing this for Ghana, and not for only today's generation, for generations yet unborn. We are building a durable, sustainable governance structure that gives certainty to everybody that is the rule of law that prevails, not of man or the rule by law. The two are not the same. When you rule by law, people are not certain of the law. And so even investors run away. And as a leader for so many years, from 2001, I've been a leader. I can mention so many serious investors who say they will not invest in Ghana because of uncertainty of the law.
All right. And these are serious issues. And a Speaker of Parliament, a reason. Very serious issues. Let me start from the last. Speaker say, yet in Ghana, we are complaining, say, unemployment has skyrocketed in Ghana. Now, unemployment has skyrocketed in Ghana. No? Because no serious investor wants to invest in Ghana. Because say, among Ghana judicial system, no, any. These are serious issues. These are serious issues. Say, obiti amanone empes odi ni sika beba Ghana be invest because a court system no enka kra a serious issue. And I'll give you a classical example of that. But let's move on then. Let me just move on to the other things that Speaker Kai. Yet Ghana and Mamrana Ghana, which is the constitution of Ghana, and the president says a parliament a pass mra. Yeah, the Brel president, you know. Ushemu ya. Now say mrani yoke mawa. Now the signature to so any assent. Say president, you know, who question with the Marana president parliament are passing now. What the number of days are also refer issue no back to parliament. Now watch it on niema who say they need to change in that particular bill no no. Then parliament will sit and then rectify it. If they think that it makes sense, they will rectify it. And so yet Ghana, Ghana parliament etna se emra. And the Koma president, my president through his personal secretary, Nana Asante Bede too. Actual letter the parliament say president crying any na just obey just be na da parliament cry make sure say yem fasade in the president will be constitution very clear. Imagine ensuna Ghana for etiho. Nobody spoke about it. Obi ankasa mfa ho. Court and Chief Justice Otigana, she never uttered a single word concerning that. Well, who's a president? I don't even know how to use this kind of words. President and the parliament and again on saying Ghana Mrano Kurendi. That is the president. On Ghana Mrano Endi. And so Ubia Tanase every president and I don't know to say. On tenase nye adea on wankasape. And then Ghanaians were just sitting there watching presidents. Nana Adudan Kufa to say, Mr. President, the German and my man Eodia. They say, Unim Yansa chain will be a intino. Adea or person will be an we don't even care. And when you build a society like this, the problem and a brain. Court na moti when na Moshe Merasis Amrano and Kuntia speaker no. Sanima we nyina moteman speaker said these are serious issues the courts in Ghana no any presidency no undermining the work of parliament, three arms of government and this will be tata will be. But it is becoming clear here say court no any presidency no and as executive no akabom because say Ghana mbremo no a president and appointed judges ni nyina at Supreme Court ni nyina free high court high court and the president and agange the court system no I be favor no then they have come together to gag parliament a democracy na ya build for years no that is where somebody or no kasa fe no so a human rights lawyer I na be say or say Ghana's democracy but these are serious issues and the speaker of parliament ekano. Wow, one tears here, no, but Mr. Speaker, say Mr. Speaker, open so today. And then Speaker, I'm our classical examples. Bebre, no, you don't even need somebody to tell you because we name that. What's a minum? So you all know. Says Hanima we a cost of minum. Nasi yan really ya at the assem and a bebre. And the speaker and someone speaker kind Bebre, wow. And some can say, but yes, I'll go the second part. Yeah, I'll combine and then give you examples of name of speaker kana ekoso el minum. But let's watch this one also.
And at the end of the day, when I'm to account for my life to my creator, nobody is to do that with me. I'll be alone. And I'll be there. Those of you who will come later. Because I believe in life after death. In fact, we are even told that place is better than here. So I have no problem with dying. I'm always prepared anytime to die. But you will come after that. And you will come and meet me there. There was some song, it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart, when I needed you to satisfy my soul, you turn your back and said, we are doing this for Ghana and not for only today's generation. For generations yet unborn. We are building a durable, sustainable governance structure that gives certainty to everybody that is the rule of law that prevails, not of man or the rule by law. The two are not the same. When you rule by law, people are not certain of the law. And so even investors ran away. And as a leader for so many years, from 2001, I've been a leader. I can mention so many serious investors who say they will not invest in Ghana because of uncertainty of the law.
Epacho one will say, Sansem way of speaker kind of say we have difference between rule of law and rule by man. That is clear. Now, speaker etwa so can be say multi society, next society no. Ya ma peri yo antiki effect e o manuma. Serious investor be am pese or baby invest e o manum. Let me give you a typical example. Very, very typical example. Which I followed that particular case, and maybe some of you might not even know, but it happened in Ghana. There was this Miss Malaika Bia, Hamamat Muntia, or something like that. Hamamat Muntia, if Mama Kaino, no, a Miss Malaika of Ghana. Now, this lady, Ebedeti, a Finnish person, I can't ubi free Finland. The guy is very rich in Finland. The Dean Versa Keskinen. Right, follow this argument very, very carefully. Versa Keskinen. And the Beware, sa lady ya, Hamamati. Now, what they did, they say, lady in the time of she had a boyfriend, no. Now the guy was very rich and the lady was the Miss Malaika. It's a very beautiful lady, guy and a boyfriend, etina see, and did it here, 2 quarter Ghana, eko go ba. I think say later on the day no or ware no ankasa. And the Finnish man no a be a company ewo Ghana because he was very rich man and or they lead no tour no. So the man one decided to visit Finland along the point. These are some of the things that happens in Ghana. Many people don't even know. And this is why the court documents, you could see say this was from a modern Ghana. But I had knowledge in the matter. Until I make one seven. Until Akwani years about Finland, when the crew was no, or call back to Ghana. And according to him, not lady could change the documents on the company no maybe a car or motor be an assessor could get any demo. How did you do this? Because maybe a company no me you see me medina the be car saying you know me medina. How did you end up to me change the documents in a call with him? Into an year pursue and then the matter went to court. And surprisingly, no, so you know anymore 7 or Ghana, you know anymore 3, you know anymore Ghana court to cross saying DTR finishing, you know. So, madam, for 4 so go Sibuni, when I bet you day in your Ghana. And you know, being a company and a girlfriend, then again, as a funny maniano. Court saying DTR, papa way. But the man are court in the seminal, and the Finnish government then. And Tiasemna says, how what kind of court is there in the world like that? Court to Baina, I can't say when the case in it by an international relations issue between Finland and Ghana. And whilst the matter was even silent in Ghana, not Finnish news media was constantly updating NIPA. So at the end of the day, in Finland, for a publicity, our newspaper say, "My Finnish investor be a Ghana so investment because Ghana court system no, wagadere court." But I am not saying this kind of things. These were news in the Finnish news in Finland because my Finland is here, so I had knowledge in that kind of manner. But wow, if you think that my sound and everything is okay, you can prompt me say if there's something wrong with but you beat me, okay. But for my end, I think everything is okay. It is hard name when the Speaker of Parliament can say Ghana court no more Ghana here because here Juma Ghana, we will definitely need investors to come to Ghana. Now say investor never Ghana or say one way or the other no, there will be some problem. Speaker some of no. So in one way or the other, there will be some problem. Mrasem. Ne the same neba court. Na say court no. Juma we na mutu amudi dia. You the court no. Mona more driving away investors out of the country. Ama in a way no. Amanfo enya juma nye. Steven, me da say. You the sound is very very okay. And the speaker say more court system no more na more magana amabunu enya juma nye because of some of the way decisions you've been taking no. Ama investors any confidence in the system. So that is why I decided to bring up this case because case we are let me just look at even the date and the case we could check somewhere 2013 case na make no. Yes, 2013. 24th December 2013 and a court on a charge lady way for stealing and everything concerning the Finnish investor and Bagbin lady way fire by Ghana or fire. Assembly court on Turka. So imagine say a Finland government issuing statement to Finnish citizens say hey Ghana in your country papa Ghana court system no hono enya de papa na mte mo ye enti me ka kire mo say me ma Emma obi anko Ghana say okwa investment bi a Ghana because okwa Ghana say okwa investment a Ghana court system no ebeka abom with the citizens na abu kwasia and you will never get any justice in Ghana because Ghana judicial system no enye papa. Minister Medasi, you're watching me live from Rome. Medasi Minia. These are serious issues. A Ghana court system and the judiciary, the chief justice, you need to be concerned about all these kind of things. And no one saying the speaker of parliament, speaker Bagbin, catch them and say, hey, when you're careful because some of the decisions in our court or more, you know, and yada papa. If I show yen saying tea and some speaker, I can't any. Maybe somebody might think and some Americano, and you know, correct.
There was some song, it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you communicate to Parliament that I have concerns on this bill that you have passed. What has he done to the Constitution? You understand? 2, in the Constitution, the President is permitted to refer the bill to the Council of State for advice. It should be jettisoned, not entertained at all by the court. Now, what it means is that anytime any bill is before us and we are working on it at this stage, anybody can just take it to the court. And that will mean that Parliament will have to stop and wait until the final determination of what? What are they to determine? Please. We are doing this for Ghana and not for only today's generation, for generations yet unborn. We are building a durable, sustainable governance structure that gives certainty to everybody that is the rule of law that prevails, not of man or the rule by law. The two are not the same. When you rule by law, people are not certain of the law. And so even investors ran away. And as a leader for so many years, from 2001, I've been a leader. I can mention so many serious investors who say they will not invest in Ghana because of uncertainty of the law.
These are serious issues. Because of an uncertainty of the law, no, Speaker Bagbin say, only investors say they are not going to invest in Ghana because there's always uncertainty in the law. Ghana court system no munye straight. Speaker of Parliament, and surprisingly, no, special prosecutor so ejina ho publicly aka kire Ghana for nyina say court na Ghana no onje court ni. Special prosecutor say onje court ni. Even Attorney General we could kind of say so ejina simpie so aka kire Ghana for say or no as Attorney General onje court ni because some of the decisions if you court ba no on unim how court no kra any decisions in ba. But yeah, Chief Justice say you need to be concerned about all these kind of things. Chief Justice, you need to be concerned about all these kind of things. Meanwhile, Steve, put the message very nice, but let me just try to project your message here and then see if we can all read it. The ripple effects of the Ghanaian judiciary has either positive or negative effect on the country's economic credibility. Indeed, some foreign-based people can relate to this fact. That's true. And that is what the speaker is saying. That is exactly what the speaker is saying. Say what maimu na se mo pese maino etumpoma. There were a lot of things I just said when you are building that nation now, you need to be concerned with it being judiciary no. Because what maimu na se my emergency judiciary no. Nipa na woman as well as investors if you baby back who say decisions in everywhere ban enye credible. That is where you have a problem. But your Chief Justice, you need to be careful about all these kind of things. Speaker Bagbin say Attorney General there or marry the man or beka and say much Attorney General at the right time. Because based on Nsembi Attorney General could in a court kan or beka and say no actually no. Until where you're Ghana near, you need to be concerned about all this kind of thing. That is the reason why we need to change government. Because your group of persons be Makabu may say Ghana and your modia and Yobia, and they are ready. So on befa Ghana Nibia Aqua, and that is something we need to fight against. That is why on the 7th of December, Dura Okotwaba and Watu Abanama, His Excellency John Dramani Mama, Senebeya, Ghana and a bit my fan into my Efra. Yeah, my Ghana and fan into my Efra. Minia Sana say, let me bring that one also here. It is scary not only for the outsiders, but for the citizens of Ghana. It's true. The institutions are collapsing. And Obi na share that table be say, Ono de se minim se Ghana for ye ne boni o se den wa ba se ono ba be say Ghana all the institutions nti se enyo mo a enyo ono a Speaker Bagbin say instead say Afenyo Markins be fighting for the government business and he's fighting for his role. Say one from majority leader meant say one from majority leader meant say so I've run to court because be from minority leader but not for Ghana to develop. I want to thank you.
Jimmy MPP for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
And the Kwabaranate was a young fan majority leader there on say to Speaker Bagbin say Chinamba Beton of Parliament ho. Chief Justice in the Speaker of Parliament or Chinebi who. Or say to become a majority or minority leader no. And you'll be a numbers. So if you don't have numbers, you keep quiet. If you don't have the numbers, keep quiet. You only make noise when you have numbers. In the honorable Afenyo Markins, you are a minority leader because you don't have the numbers. And this is clear. You need to understand all these kind of things. Okay. General Mosquito say men can't Afenyo Markins say if I show you General Mosquito ye. As this school and Papa Jimmy, what Jimmy? And to from majority leader, minority leader, and numbers, and you now do one beka. And a kukurumuti and there, Afenyo Markins, who quite this year's election now lose you majority, minority, won't come be. So you have to focus on the elections and win. And then what we say from minority leader. Oh yeah, they are every neck of people say you best swim in January. Oh yeah, minority leader on Kaho. A teacher again answer back in the 1947. It's a fight for independence in 2024. Yes, that is something we need to be doing. That is what I said yesterday. Say this year's particular election, no, and yeah, NDC NPP, there be the fight for independence, and you've been the United States of America for ayeno. They are fighting for their own independence. And the economy no key place, key and then active role. Let nobody deceive you. Say, Adibi baby or no baby. That be Obi or an against Obedada Obiano. Bisane se crache, but the message be butuma, a dear neighbor. That is something that as your mom say, Untime nada ni pate, oh, Abujumane Daman win ye. But oh, the open majority leader ye. That be Ghana for say enyen the demo. Adia ye dema on the say, ma Ghana for assetinum in tumpon. Eno, hon abatuo, and ye tuma, when they were buying. It is a Oma Ghana for assetinum etumpon. Majority leader now open no, minority the no, and one kasa eden hobeba. So, and ye did it. And you been a US for say the fight for freedom. And then you hear former president no, ya swansu, ya swansa, and you say Donald Trump, ya the neba ebeboye. Ghana fue me catch them say send you US for aye no, me say mama yenye the same thing ewo Ghana. Mama yenye the same thing ewo Ghana. Isan say kwabrani biti man ma na adwen say ono no onsesa hwe. Adwen money ni money kwa onim. Pacha abato ne ekoto number 8. That is where we are going to vote. Kwa hwe NDC. John Mama EDC who Zua second one another kosi za. That is the only thing you're going to do. Because this is the fight against freedom, independence, self-independence now. No, Kwame Nkrumah can you sign the year about 2024 year, but testing Ghana for her. Now, but also all to a tone here to the sense, Mamudu Baumia Lusua, all my beam, ye killing of once and for all, ye credit straight away. Tinity kura.
Na ebasa abato no decided so beto ama NDC e wo asema anyo nyame masa obi an so nsa emfa in teams wo baby and they wa adwuma
President Nana say men kan kire say abasa obeto abara ma NDC and NPP e wa wasem ono wa wie ne de onim say wa besa e man no enti say o say abehwe ne so akoto abara ma Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o say e wa wasem he doesn't even care. Pajo Ghana no yankasa ye there we need to shape the nation. Mine no dachi no ehye yensem. Enne one who say omo de sade we at the speaker sama the speaker to what I was musician. Ono one who say life is in danger. I won't care. Yes, I'm going to speaker. Oh, I have more.
And at the end of the day, when I'm to account for my life to my Creator, nobody is to do that with me. I'll be alone. And I'll be there. Those of you who will come later, because I believe in life after death. In fact, we are even told that place is better than here. So I have no problem with dying. I'm always prepared anytime to die. But you will come after that, and you will come and meet me there. And have faith in God to see me through these dark days of Ghana and our young democracy. There was some song, it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart. When I needed you to satisfy my soul. You turn your back and said.
And then before I start the speakers, I want to be the speaker now and that. Speakers or no, or the life after death, until the house will be kun and then Odi Kuno. Now, Odi Kai was some on the wa, Obama was saying senior hall, Babaton hall. Speaker, Reddy never pay a night was musician. Oh, Ghana, I was him. Dear Bonnet, a Ghana for a minion. A dear Bonnet. And a Ghana for a Nayamo speaker or free parliament. I got that gospel musician or two young church or Rangasan every speaker who's our grown and Koye or say, Nanado, dear Bonham, there you are, so you be fresh as season. Eh? Yamodia Quia don't quit, be no person, the Yemi and answer day. That is the nation Ghana we are fighting for today. That is the nation Ghana. It is the fight now, no, and yes, a John Mama and a purpose that you, Debbie. And your one cassa would dachi. Afrobarometer report Amayati says Ghana for a hochirena bagana no a so chain adibia we are sentino oh here hochire we mu akotwaba ama Alhaji Dr. Mamudu Bawumia
Nkwasiafo pa ma Jimmy MPP for Jimmy me who be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
And this second Japan say he doesn't even know why he belongs to that political party. Ade na audio machi ekwe breaking the eight. As I don't make that kind of mistakes. We are my don't make that kind of mistake. What Ghana hospitals and kufu is omunsi kwanya omso monye and the security of Ghana kwano oma chano Alhaji Dr. Mamudu Bawumia head of Ghana's police council also on fahon
ono say campaign no attention
on fahon and we ja wo pe ama say ne betu bia ento nti na what Ghana why South Africa no ye tia so kun na utiate onka ho. Are you happy with that? Amamuo ukokurumutini making more sense chain sikana yede ma on say 5 cedi 50 cedi 1000 cedis no that be
ono say campaign no attention
and the campaign attention. Are you going to be part of that campaign and as a day onye wo da chi wan as a day say US for quite me say that be yes ko fa aye bia for the ba chawa ot Ghana na den ho na wo dwen e den hia ho e den ho na wo dwen e den na opesa wo ye wo da chi e den o ma school fees and school na ya say no. Are you happy with that? Ghana ya yamobododo na na the kind of see tisika so come the yen in your sana sad. Sometimes when you think about Ghana and you look at how a Ghana say what is the direction of the country, because my band yet me koto about the yingrufu 8 years and on my hijack system to the sense say they are not performing yet they don't want to leave power. Me who be that say ya to aba mo bi ono ontime mo adwuma no ono so say me so mentwe me ho ne ma nipa foforo ma adie bone na Ghana for aye adie na Ghana for aye
33 different policies. Amiria Ghana. Wey obi anya 33 policies. Uwenya zero. Usi yento abamao. Na wati we dida. Anka ye football match. Anka maisheno 33-0. 33-0. Anka maisheno.
Mwasa yo mine wiye no. Almost yes anto abamao mo. Petrola near ton of 14 cities. Almost your man penny Mahama ni timu odeno. And na ye ton of 75 cities.
John Mahama 8 years of kwatena fie. Ah onya time so obedwene Ghana ho no. Adwene ode ba yin na 24-hour economy. job creation policies in Obiso. You claim you have created 2.6 million, yet unemployment has jumped from 800,000 to 1.8 million.
My Benny, and they are not in the criteria 2.6 million jobs, yet unemployment rate no air kosoro. Also, we are better managers of the economy. Yes, petrol now finding 14 Ghana cedis to a gallon, and now they do 75 Ghana cedis to a gallon. Also, say that is the better managers of the economy. Also, youth, one more youth, no you what create employment among youth no complaints in your human. Could you share the beside basic question, Mr. Vice President? Also, what create you who you why or say assassin or the man is confused. Are you going to convince people to vote for a confused person? US for and the same thing. Yam punish Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia NPP for to say maybe the next 12 or 15, 16, 20 years, they might not even come back to power because organizing themselves will become a problem for them. Don't follow a losing team. Join a winning team. Ghana for say, John Dramani Mama, and Yahuta Papai, Ubitma Yajumana Mae. The last time I told you, the US election econo. A between a former president, what boy Juma, Manfo who Juma Waye, any vice president, Obia who's a mamuno, or Mantima Muni, their choice in the US for Kumeki. Near where's our choice and so near for Meki, yes, we are dear, and the US for Jose Derby. O vice president with the one you who in the corner quartanase. There are 2 benefits from about your Otegana, why, and I also better Omeduso. But that is something you need to be asking yourself. Ghana na metisiano. Amamuona e da say no. Why na me pese omeye me so a leader. But when the US for a year. That is something as a Ghanaian, it's also here to say about 2 weeks here. I see a tour by John Dramani Mama winning massively, and you just winning keke. You hear winning a Mahmoud Bawumia Kodefia on sorry bibia tinity kuno on mabiem because our vice president with the yen or Ghana Korabium. That is something we need to be doing because mine no say yanchichira mine ya yanka say tewa na yes say no yetewa na yes say no o say anyway now the problem no akoma politicians yet wona na okita kukurumuti no say na na do ka no
na ebasa abato no decide so beto ama ndc e wo asema nyonya memasa obi so sa emfa unsa intim so baby and they wa waduma
exactly. The presidency may catch it. I say, send the US for the Omankasa Kukurumuti. I could make a choice. One Kasa to use Kukurumuti now, so make a choice on the 7th of December, 1 month from today. A child, nobody has control over anything. You're talking we never lose or lose. You just go home. That is something we need to be doing. You're talking we are lose or lose. We need who are yet. Easy phone to me, Yashi, M1 and Ado. Near Bayan and one Yabayan no. Or when be beer on Bay. Into about 2 years, I never know. All right, 1 hour with Munufi. But you also subscribe and not subscribe, mamma. We didn't any William Munufi Aman Kona. The channel a 1 hour with Munufi. I always stream 1 hour. I am in person may go over because there are others are with me in so edit and the board and then the Nakuti Omonso. Sempa Etia. That is what I call this particular channel. And Sempa Etia. It is Sempanama Wankasa Kodana being when Nebisa wants and Sama Munufi Eken. Which one makes sense? Does it make sense? And I say, does it make sense? That is something I want you to be doing. But that is why I always don't want to cross my 1 hour. I just frame myself to be within 1 hour. But in Sempana Media Mano, Wankasa Kodana being when Nebisa wants and Sempano so. Does it make sense? And I say it doesn't make sense. It is when you subscribe, you have just subscribe. Mommy, you beat me share and so you share now others and so on. It means can be. And then you've been a very amazing jobs. And I'm happy. Say US for Timothy Obama, Donald Trump. Personally, I like Donald Trump. Maybe I don't penance, but personally, I like him. And I'm hoping say John Dramani Mama will beat my winner because I also like John Dramani Mama. All right, then number 8, John Dramani Mama. A zoo, no, I so a za. That is something we need to be doing. ya nyem grofo ya punish omo kese a abusafo ago no monti ase on bezo bewiam so when they lose massively na jo mama we ne massively obi ekoda na ntwe no fusu say ate say obi yere kana ntwe ti ye be mana kana ntwe na wakodum na ntwe no fusu na fere onoma na fani yema na wakoda chama no fa wi aboko de NDC chairman to Chima South chairman san ton na ntwe nti ni say chairman fi de kwa open na ntwe no fusu obi bia nom Alhaji ba omia obekwa Alhaji no fa wa ho no mo na ntwe no fusu anom fulani fo ho bibre be mo na ntwe no fusu anapo bia to Chima wangara la ukwa chairman no fa wa fi benya na ntwe no fusu anom
Ono a use campaign attention. Ono a use campaign attention.
All right, Abuja Force. I will question be out to me in the comment section. I will take my time to address it. Send it be no. Into some of the questions now. I think that some of the comments now nearby, and yeah, actually a question. These are all more engagement. That is something I also like because when I say something, you have different ideas, and you can also support me by joining me. Into me, Asana, or joining me. I've never seen you on my platform, but I think you've been active today. Me that's it. Say why are they? Me that was papa. Ebiemoto Ralph, you've been there with me always. The truth is that no nation is built on greedy, dishonest, and lack of integrity. As let me just put it on the screen. That is something I think say Ghana na some greedy bastards be na yede man but it seems that Ghana for na fe na yehu say nkurufo we omuntime mwaye. Ralph, that is something we need to be doing. They say I'm team on phone who say you will leaders and you will leaders. Now leaders, as I said, yes, one soon, yes, one son. Now if you choose the best out of it. It didn't say if yes, I NP before we need Juma Bonnie or Moody. That's your case. Once I may break the 18th century with there, and they better gain an EBS slave. And that is something we don't even need in our society or in our communities. Until I will say I'm team on phone. As a governance, and yes, I will try to about 2 years. The next 4 years, and so also. That is something we need to be doing. Enti meda obi bia say why me joining me bia na meda obi bia say.
Ono a use campaign attention.
Nyame ya adoma o chena. Bisia.
Mo fasia no emami.
Attention.
Nkwasia popa. Ma Jimmy MPP for Jimmy. Me who be.
Yes, we say school when everybody Jimmy. What do you mean when Jimmy?
My Jimmy MPP for Jimmy, we will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
Yes, we say school when everybody Jimmy. What do you mean when Jimmy?
Ono a use campaign attention.
sukuu mpoma Jimmy. What Jimmy? What Jimmy? Eti sukuu kuro baabi a wobɛhyia de akɔsi nyame ani mpoma sɛ what Jimmy? What Jimmy? Yawo jimfo a wo yɛ jimfo. Bibia Hey, Jesus.